Good evening, everybody. Hello. Good evening. Well, Scorpelina, I'm glad that you were gifted a membership. It was me, I think, or Summer, or Teresa did a gifted memberships last night. That we were gifted memberships like it was. We were throwing a party in here last night, apparently. So yeah, we had a ton of memberships gifted last night. I think I want to say like 17, or maybe that's not. Maybe I'm lying there. I don't know exactly how many, but there was a lot. I don't know why I have that number in my head though, because I was looking today and I was like, wowza. So make sure you have your membership or you have your allow gifts on. It'll ask you like in the chat. Start my camera here. So if you guys wouldn't mind hitting the like button, just smashing the like, we're going to be talking about the case of Gannon Stauch tonight. You know, less importantly, Letecia Stauch. Oh, you think Fred gave some? Okay, yeah, Fred too. Okay, yeah. So when people gift memberships, they come up. I have like my iPad that sits over here, and so they'll show up on my iPad, but they won't show up on my StreamYard. I don't know why they do like that. So that's why I can never like highlight it and like put it up on the screen when people like gift or they like buy a membership. For some reason you can pin it at the top of the chat, but you can't like over here. I can do that, but I can't do it from here. It's StreamYard's crazy. I don't know why. You would think that it would, all work the same. Really? Oh my gosh, Michelle. No, you just found out yesterday. Well, I'm glad that everyone's here. Hello, everybody. Oh, did you get married? Did they get married? Did you have a wedding? Oh, Lisa. Did you guys have a good day? Yeah, I want to see the pictures. Yeah, definitely. We had another member, we haven't seen her in a while. And her son got married when she was in our chat. I wonder how she's doing. I'm gonna have to reach out to her. So hey, hi, hello, everybody. I'm so glad everyone is here. I love all the green. I love seeing all that. That's really awesome. If you guys are not a channel member and you would like to become one, I'll put it in the chat. It's not a obligation, but if you like to do it, we'd love to have you. It does give you some cool stuff. Go home, StreamYard, you're drunk. Definitely. Definitely. You can do like weird things. So if I go onto YouTube and go under my video and like watch it live, I can gift memberships that way, but I can't gift them off the iPad or off StreamYard. And I can't gift them. I have to actually physically buy them. I can't just gift them. I wish I could. That'd be awesome. But they probably make it so you can't do that because then everybody would have you would probably feel obligated to gift everybody a membership. So I think that's what it is. Really, Olivia? Yeah, I need to get some glasses. I still haven't made my mind up which ones I like. I'm so indecisive. I'm going to go inside the store. I want some cool different ones. I don't know. I want some cool shaped glasses, and I just can't find them anywhere. And the ones I tried on, they didn't look really cool on me. I think I just have that face. I'm not going to be able to wear cool glasses. There's another YouTube creator. She does drama on her channel, and I'll watch her sometimes, and she's really cute. She's super young. She's in her 20s, and she wears these octagonal shaped ones, and they're so cute on her. So I tried them on, and they looked so ridiculous on me. I was like, yeah, this isn't my look. Wasn't Gannon the cutest? I love putting his picture up. He was the cutest. Wearing his blue, got his icy. That should have been the word, the most important thing in his life was just eating that icy and being a kid. So I was actually getting clips together to show you guys tonight, and then I found one from that was on Law and Crime. I think it was on Court TV, and I don't know why I never check Court TV for stuff. I should, but I never do. And I started watching it, and I was like, this is really good. I should show this to everybody. So we'll have to watch that one. Because it kind of goes over the trial, and I'm going to read you guys an article that just came out as well. So last time on our live, when we were here on last time with Letecia Stauch, you know what? Actually, let me let you know when that was. So that was the 19th. So we did that on Wednesday. Wow, it's been since Wednesday since we've talked about her. I really needed a break, didn't I? When I said I needed to take a break, I really meant it. Wow, it's Sunday. I missed the Saturday. Really? You're drinking soda out of the same cup Gannon's holding? Aw. It must be like a gas station or something then, maybe. You, you probably look cute in them summer. I didn't look. They just didn't look good on me. But I think they look so cute on people. Send me a picture when you get them. They're probably going to be really cute. They didn't look good on me. I forget that girl's name, or I bring her picture up really quick. And I follow her. I'm subscribed to her. I was going to read you guys this because this came out the other day. This came out 10 hours ago. Man, my hands are like so dry. I feel like they hurt. You know, like when it's like cold. I don't know if that's just me or if I'm like rubbing them or something and that's why they're hurting. Speaking of which, I don't know why that would make me think of, that's maybe made me think of my old job. 2 years ago this week, I quit my job to be like, well, actually, I quit my job to be like a boutique owner, but we'll say I quit it to be a content creator. I did start posting on YouTube more frequently. So it was like 2 years ago today, a video came up today and I was like, wow, it's been 2 years. I don't even look the same. I look a little different. But yeah, so congratulations to me. I left a job that was not good for me. And I actually went back there today because I happened to need to go back to the home store, the home part of that company today. And it was the worst experience I've had in a store, really. She barely said hello to me. I wanted to get some decorations for a wall that were going to cost me an arm and a leg, literally. And I was like, well, if you're not going to talk to me, I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to pick it out myself. I want someone to help me for once. For one time. I didn't have Vincent with me for once. Oh, Kona Ice. Oh, it's a shaved ice company. Oh. Got you. Okay, so shaved ice. So I get Italian ice. It's kind of similar, but shaved ice is like thicker than Italian ice. Like thicker chunks of ice. But yeah. Oh. Hi everybody. Yeah, hi everybody coming in. Hello everybody coming in. So yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, all you guys, and we will go ahead and get right into it. So like I said, we went over days 10 and 11 last time, and I am going to start reading on the lives, and I tend to forget, so I'm going to try to remember next live. I'm going to start reading like the comments from like the previous live. If there's any like really good ones, I'll like highlight them, and then it'll just be fun, I think. And then we'll think of something that you guys will get for me highlighting your comment. But I thought that would be like a good idea. Because some of you guys have some really good points, valid points. And then some of you guys, which it's none of you guys, never none of you guys, but I'll get like that one person every once in a while that'll come in and say something crazy off the wall. And it's just funny to share, Because I'm like, where'd you come from? Okay, so I'm going to read this to you guys. Hey, Arlene. Hey, Marina girl. Hey, Margo. I saw a bunch of people coming in. Thanks, Tony. I felt like it was a good decision to leave a job that you don't like. So if you ever have that option, like if you're ever thinking like I want to leave my job, leave it. Leave your job. Do it. Now, I'm not telling you everybody can start a business because now that's really hard to do. But if you feel like you need to quit your job, quit your job. I mean, I don't know. I'm like one of those people, I'm like a firm believer in good health and stuff. If you're feeling like you're not feeling healthy in your work life, then you need to change your work life. Because if they're not going to help you with your work, get better, then yeah, you shouldn't work there. So I'll get off my soapbox for the night. So we're going to be talking about, like I said, Letecia Stauch trial. And this is the title. It says, I don't like my stepson. One of the internet search history phrases FBI confronted Stauch about during interrogation. So the last time that we were discussing this case, something just came on the TV about Brian Kohlberger, of course, News Nation's on. The last live we talked about, we left off with Letecia and Al's phone calls, which we didn't go through all 5 hours. We're going to go through a little bit of it tonight, which is like 15 minutes of it, because I'm not going to do that to all of us because I can't stand her voice. But I'll go ahead and read this and then we'll get to that. Testimony in the murder trial of Letecia Stauch resumed Friday in Colorado Springs, with the prosecution continuing to lay groundwork it hopes will convince a jury the 39-year-old woman did not kill her 11-year-old son, Gannon Stauch, but what she was doing and tried to cover up the crime. Stauch's team isn't focusing its defense on disputing the evidence and instead maintains she had no idea what she was doing during the time. Forensic data shows the fifth grader was stabbed 18 times and shot in the head, his body stuffed in a suitcase and transported 1,400 miles across country to the Florida Panhandle. Day 12 of the trial began with a replayed phone call from the early 2020 between Letecia Stauch and her then-husband Gannon's father, Albert Stauch. It was recorded in the weeks after Gannon was reported missing. Albert was deployed on and out of the town, exercised with the National Guard at the time his son disappeared from the family home in Lorson Ranch, a popular neighborhood for military families south of Colorado Springs. During the call, Letecia Stauch could be heard repeatedly attempting to redirect the conversation when her now ex-husband asked pointed questions about his son's whereabouts. She was offered up an alternate suspect, one of a number she posed in the days after questions and police pressures began to mount: a pregnant woman wearing a fake baby bump stuffed with cash. Yeah, that's her newest one. That's the newest one. So she's saying now there's a lady out there, had a fake pregnancy, but she thought she was pregnant, but it was really money stuffed in her stomach. She says, "I need you to quit thinking it's something made up," Letecia Stauch implored to her then husband during the recorded call. Most of Friday day in court, however, was taken up by the presentation of experts from a 5-hour video interview conducted by now former Denver-based FBI agent Jonathan Grusing, recorded after Letecia Stauch was arrested March 2nd in South Carolina, roughly 2 weeks before the suitcase containing her stepson's remains was discovered by a roadside construction crew in Florida. Grusing, which is the FBI agent, begins the interview trying to initially bond with Letecia Stauch, in part over the unexpected struggles of parenting, and what Grusing later explained during questioning was meant as a bid to get Stauch to relax and give her the chance to come clean. He said, I think something bad happened to Gannon," Grusing says in the recorded interview, an opinion he went on to repeat several times during the lengthy interview. 5 hours. Couldn't imagine talking to her for 5 hours. Could you guys imagine talking to her for 5 hours? I couldn't. More than once in the interview, Grusing's intimidates that Stauch knew more about Gannon's disappearance than what she was sharing with investigators, and questions the motives behind her subsequent actions. If she truly knew who abducted her stepson, why not be forthcoming about that information? Grusing also confronted Stauch about information investigators had called from her internet search history, including phrases such as blood spurting from arterial bleed and "I don't like my stepson." That's sick. Testimony from blood spatter experts this week set out to show the amount of blood found in Gannon's bedroom was inconsistent with the description and explanation for his wounds given by Letecia Stauch. Grusing told Stauch during the initial interview that she could be a hero in this story if she helped lead investigators to find Gannon's body and help authorities find his killer. "I'm far from a hero," Letecia Stauch responded. Got that right. And then the trial resumes 9 a.m. tomorrow. So she literally searched. I don't know why she does stupid stuff like that, but she does. "I don't like my stepson." What was she expecting to get out of that? Like an answer? Was like Google going to answer her and say, "This is what you do, and I won't tell anybody"? Maybe, I don't know, maybe an AI was going to come to her house and help her. I don't know. Cast Life, congratulations on quit smoking. That's amazing. 6 months. Wow. Amazing. That's amazing. Her voice is like fingernails on a chalkboard to me. Yeah, no, I couldn't watch a lot of the trial. Was it like the day and a half? It was forever long. It was like, was she ever going to stop? And the way that she talks to Al, and you'll hear it too. Like, I have a little bit of the phone calls to show you. The the way that she talks to him is like, will you listen to me? I already told you. Like, wow, girl. Like, she has a lot of gall to talk to somebody like that, you know? As not even knowing what she did, you know, even if she was totally innocent of this, you do not talk to a father that's a child's missing. Like, he has a missing child and you're yelling at him. Like, that's insane. Oh, my uncle has COPD and he never smoked. His wife smokes, and we think that's why he got it. Not like her specifically, because like his mom smoked and stuff too, but we think that's why. So the first one I'm going to show you is actually this one, because this is going to be the one with Al. It's going to be her and Al. They're going to be talking, having a conversation back and forth. You will be able to tell that Letecia does not want to have anything to do with this part of the trial because her head is on the table. Every time I see her head go on that table, I wish, I pray, I hope, and I pray, will she just smack her head off the table? Like, she could do that. She could, if she wants to really look crazy, smack your head off the table, Letecia. I mean, if she can hear me right now, I would love that. I would love that more than anything. Every time I see her head go down, I just think of that. So maybe I'll get my wish. Very, very condescending to Al Avery. Oh my gosh, it's embarrassing. I don't even like to hear stuff like that. It's almost when you're in like a room and you hear people like arguing and you don't want to be around it. Like, you know, you're just like, you don't want to hear it. It's like that. I don't want to hear her. But I love Al. I love him in this. And he's starting to, so the first set of phone calls, he was a lot calmer. I feel like these ones, he's starting to get snarkier. He's getting a little more pissed, I feel like. I mean, and I would have already been over the edge. I mean, I would have already been over the edge. He's like, okay, I'm trying to live on Letecia's lies, or like he says something like along those lines. Like he's really giving it to her at times, and she knows that, and she's not exactly sure what she's going to say next, and she's trying to buy time, and her lies, I figured it out tonight after I've been listening to so many of her lies. Her stories are just too long. Her lies need to be shorter or something, because she'll just be going on and then she'll go on. And if you don't talk and like interrupt her, she'll just keep going. Yeah. Monkey jumped someone in the courtroom. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm waiting on something. I'm waiting on her to do something, but he did move her. If her hands were under the table and bolted, I don't think she'd be able to get her head down there to hit her head off the table, but her hands aren't bolted yet. So I think that it's a good possibility she could hit her head off the table. I'm hoping, I don't know. So I'm going to play this video, and then I have this newer one I was going to show you guys as well. And this is, like I said, this is like 15 minutes, so I may stop it here and there and talk through it.
Just tell me what you got to tell me. There's no kids in the car. I don't hear a peep, okay?
There is a kid in the car.
Listen, I knew either you tell me now or I'm just going to put the phone down and go back into work, okay? Because I don't got time to sit here. You jerk me around. I'm tired of you jerking me around.
Literally almost to the street.
Listen, I don't have 5 minutes. I got the 30 minutes you asked for. I got that. You start telling me whatever it is you got to tell me. Who cares if a kid's in the car? That should be a good thing, that you know information that can help you find the missing kid. I'm sure they've heard about it.
I don't know if they did. They might have not have.
Well,
I'm turning on her street. Just hold on.
Yeah, okay.
I swear to you, I'm literally turning on her street.
I'm not questioning you. I'm in believe Tisha mode. I'm just waiting for some facts that I can believe.
Turning on her street.
Okay, I believe you.
Like I'm passing the church right now.
What church?
And then I'm going on to this.
All right. So,
The church. I guess their church. I don't know if they go to church there. I don't know.
oh, you passed by it, but there's no sign? Okay. Cool.
Yeah, there was a sign. I'm looking at the road, so I can
Okay.
make sure it's the turn.
All right.
This is when he's starting to like, get cute with her, and I think it's hilarious to me. I mean, if there wasn't a child missing, and well, we know now he was not even alive on this earth, but it would be almost comedic like it's like, listening to Al, he's like, I'm in believe Tisha mode. He said, "What church?" And these are things I think that are slipping on accident. Like, I think that he's just had enough of her shit. Like, I mean, I would have already been there by now. And around the corner, I mean, I would have already been. It would have been bad. But I think he's just done with it. And so, like, little things slip, and then she'll catch it, but she doesn't catch it right away. So she's like, kind of like a little behind him.
Hey, I believe you.
But I know my way around.
I believe you. I'm not trying to question you. I just want to know if I knew the church or the pastor or anything.
Sorry, I'm literally turning in right now. And all I gotta do is pull over here. Can you go inside with your mom, and then I'll just, and I'll be in a minute to let the dogs out. Hold on. All right, give me 1 minute.
Okay, so in this phone call, she's trying to tell Al that she has this kid in her car. First, I think at first she says kids, like and then she says kid. Yeah, I do have a kid in my car. So right here, you're going to listen to her saying bye to this kid, but you'll never hear a door. Like, I listened to this thing like a few times. I put headphones on. I never heard, there's no door. Like, if she was a good liar, she would have opened up her car door and shut it. I mean, like, at least make the door sound, Letecia. I'm like, come on, Letecia. So yeah, you'll hear where there's like nothing here. It's just silence.
So, yeah, okay. You there? Tisha? Yep, I'm here.
Let's stay here. And then I'll get the dogs and I get back, and then we just go. And then we can try to get to work. Okay. Literally, opening the door, she's getting out. Make sure you do that stuff for your mom. All right. Where did you put mine at? Right there? Okay. Thank you. See you in a little bit. Sorry, her daughter is like old age. Anyway, all right. So, what all that is telling you is, I need you to believe, Albert. I need you to believe that someone did take Gannon. I need you to believe that I've already given the police department the description. I've already did that. I need you to quit thinking that it's somebody just made up, because it's not. Obviously, I did.
When she talks to him, she almost talks to him like he's a student. Like, she's talking to him like, I need you to do this. Like, now that it's like the fourth time I'm listening to it. So the way that she talks to him, I feel like she talks to him like that. Like, she's talking like down on him almost.
Didn't do it. There's no way possible that I could have been hours and hours away in a certain window. I need you to help them look at that. I'm telling you, Gannon would have left our neighborhood anywhere between that time frame, and it wouldn't even be surprised if it weren't like the kid in North Carolina.
What certain window are you talking about?
The certain window I'm talking about, between 3 and anywhere that evening, because here's why. There was a lot of people out and about in the neighborhood. Everywhere.
So you weren't home during that certain window? Is that what you said?
Do what?
You said you weren't home during that certain window, or he could have left in that certain window?
I'm saying that's when it happened. So by the time I called, okay, Gannon still could have been in the neighborhood.
But you said when it happened. What is it, Tisha?
I told you already. You haven't looked at it to see. Okay, go to the ring. See, we went out the front door. When we left, we went out the front door. Okay? When we left, I set the alarm. I went out the front door. I came back in the front door. Made sure the alarm was set. Went out the garage. You can see that on the ring. When I came out, I think it was like 10:07, 10:08-ish, maybe. We left out. We were in the garage.
Okay.
There was no more, at that time, there was no more anybody going in and out. And the dogs do not set off the motion in the house.
Right.
They don't. Okay?
Not when they're in their crates. You're right.
Yeah, not within their crates. And as sure as heck, if I'm somewhere upstairs, they're with me. They're not just roaming around doing a thing. They're following somebody that they look. Okay? When we came back, I told you 15,000 times about the car following us at Petco. The reason I left the phone at Petco, you want to know why? Why don't y'all go check the alarm on it? I set an alarm for it to go off if I hadn't came back in the time frame to call the police. I set the alarm on there, Albert. There was no intention. I had my watch on, so it was no hiding where I was going or whatever.
But wait. So you set an alarm to call the police? Why?
No, not because someone was following us.
From the house or from Petco?
From the house
Okay.
to Petco.
Okay.
Then from Petco, that's why I kept walking to the door to look, because Gannon was laying down. He was playing the switch. So I knew that they knew nobody was in the car. That's what they thought. Maybe I was being over suspicious.
Well, so help me out here, because I'm in believe teacher mode. So, okay, just so you know that. But somebody's following you from the house, and you leave Gannon in the truck?
They never knew anybody was in the truck.
But if they followed you from the house, didn't they see y'all get into the truck?
I was not like from the house as in our house, like as in not the area that.
All right. Well, okay. All right. Help me be in believe teacher mode. Okay. All right. Don't start spinning. Just tell me.
I'm spinning.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to.
You go through the whole entire thing.
Okay. I'll go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So I sit there. I was playing with these period pad things because apparently dogs have periods. Okay. So I'm holding the thing, and I sat there and I said alarm, just for the alarm to go off. Like, whatever. That was for the.
Now, raise your hand if you didn't know that a female dog has a period. And you're a woman. And you have two of them. You have two dogs. Are they both boys or girls? Or I'm just like, that is so strange to me. I'm sure it probably came as a surprise, maybe. You know what I mean? You don't know exactly. You're not like, 6 months in, because it's usually about that, 6 months in. But I think she knew her dog was going to have its period. Now, look at the screen, though. Look at her lawyer. Is he napping? Is he sleeping? I just looked at the screen. I'm sorry. Is he sleeping? That's what he looks like. Oh my Lord. Look at this. They're both sleeping. I think they're both asleep. You didn't know they were about to, okay. So there are people that know, okay. Maybe, You can put a pad on them, but you don't have to, I guess. I never could. I had an English bulldog that started hers, and I've only had 2 dogs ever have them because I always get my dogs fixed as soon as I get them. But because of that reason, I don't want to deal with that. But and I never breed my dogs, so I had an English bulldog, and she had hers, and so I tried to get her little baby diapers, and they kept falling off her butt because she didn't have like a butt like to hold them on. It would just like slide right off. So I was just like, whatever. So I just like tied like put her in like the kitchen like area for the most part, but it wasn't that bad. But yeah, dogs, they get them, and they have to wear little dog pads. I try to get her little diapers instead. I think it's because like I didn't think about dog pads probably at the time. I was like 21 or something, so it was a long time ago. And then I had another dog that had it, hers, and it wasn't that bad. But that lawyer is dead asleep for 200 an hour or something he's making. Let's just say 200 because that's what Kohlberger's, lawyer's going to be getting. So I think they're both sleeping, but this is hilarious. I'm gonna put
The alarm to go off. Maybe I was being too superstitious. I just was being whatever. I don't know. Right?
Sorry.
And now you're yawning?
Listen, I don't sleep good at night. I haven't for years, you know that. So go ahead.
Albert, I was supposed to deliver papers.
Deliver.
So I couldn't do it, Albert.
Deliver papers for what? Tisha?
When I went to Nevada, there was this pregnant lady. So I agreed to help the pregnant lady because she was really, really pregnant. She gets in the car, which is why Gannon was not in the front seat. He was in the back seat.
You said you said when you went to Nevada?
Went through Nevada.
Oh. I'm like, what? You're in Nevada? Anyways, go ahead.
Right. When I realized she's not pregnant, once she gets in the car,
Was this the same lady that was following you?
I don't know if they were following us. I just know there was a car following us. When I get off, I turn where Harley gets the eyelashes done because I thought I would lose them. Then I saw a pregnant lady. She looked legit like 8 months pregnant.
What kind of car was following you? Because maybe they.
I told you this 15 times.
Oh, okay.
It was a blue something, like a blue little car, like a Cooper or something like this.
Okay, so like a blue, not red, right? Just a blue one.
No, it was the red earlier in the day was nothing. It's already been checked out.
Okay, all right.
The reason I know that one's been checked out is because I had somebody in Lorson Ranch do it.
All right, I was just making sure. I make sure I keep these cars straight. So there's the blue one, not the red one.
See,
No, don't get upset. Don't get upset. I'm just trying to get it straight. I'm not picking holes in your story. I'm just making sure we're on the blue car. Okay. So now back to the pregnant lady that gets in the front seat.
So the pregnant lady gets in the front seat, but she's not really pregnant. I don't know that she's not really pregnant, but she says she just needs a ride. I felt bad. She looked really, really pregnant, like 8 months.
I said, I'm just listening.
You know what? I'm not going to help if you're going to do this to me.
Listening and believing?
I really, really came in this to be honest with you.
Okay, and I'm just listening.
No, you aren't. You're being a dick by saying, That's being a dick to me.
I don't know why you're saying that, but does the pregnant lady know what happened to G? Does she know where Gannon went?
Can I finish?
Yeah, absolutely.
She wasn't really pregnant. She had about, I don't even know how much money inside of this thing that makes her look pregnant. So you know where my mind immediately goes?
Where?
What would you think a pregnant person?
I feel like here she's asking questions like she wants him to create the narrative almost. Like she wants to, like, she doesn't know what to say to next, I don't think. So she's like, huh, so you know what that made me think, right? And like, I don't know. So yeah, just keep your ears peeled for this part. Because I think she's very cunning. She tries to be, but I think like he can see right through it. I think he can. I mean, you know, he's over it at this point. He's definitely over it, just like her attorneys are over it.
Disguising as pregnant, but money in her belly means.
She probably robbed a bank.
Okay, she might have.
Or I am.
She could be involved in something crazy, right?
Yeah. I would be scared myself, even if it was a woman.
Yeah, because that's pretty scary, right? You're making fun of this like it's
No, I'm not. If somebody got in my truck with a pregnant belly full of cash, I'd be worried to death. You're right.
I don't know. I don't know how else to help other than to know we were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay. Are you talking about Petco?
Yes, because Petco, I just was supposed to walk in Petco, look around, be normal, go drop this lady off somewhere.
Oh, so she told you to walk into Petco?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
she forced me.
Of course, I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Did she have a weapon, like a gun or a knife or something to threaten you, or what?
How do you think someone would force you? You're sensitive.
No, you're a tough girl, so I'm just gonna take a lot. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, if
You're a
somebody,
tough girl.
yeah, I don't think you'd be scared easy by somebody like that. So that's just what I'm saying. You probably start swinging unless she had a gun or a knife or something.
This is a joke to you.
No, I'm serious. I'm trying to.
You finally are getting like legit, and it's a joke to you.
I'm sorry you think that, but go ahead.
I'm not. Forget it, man. You're not wanting to stand by my side. You don't want to help.
I'm right here standing by your side, listening to the truth. Okay, I'm in believe teacher mode, like I told you.
Yeah, and then what you're gonna do? Tell me I'm telling a lie and hang up?
Are you telling a lie?
No, that's what you're gonna do. You're not gonna believe it. I told you it was beyond your wildest imagination to know he was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
He was in the wrong place, or y'all were in the wrong place? Okay, we was in the wrong place. Okay, all right. I mean, are you telling me this? I don't know. You want me to believe you, but I feel like you're just telling me something to make me feel better about Gannon missing. Okay, so because it was kind of like the Quincy Brown thing. I mean, now it's a pregnant lady with cash in her belly. Okay, I believe you. What's next? What happened next?
Now you're making silly.
No, I'm trying to make sense of all of it. Okay, you want me to believe you? I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Tell me the rest of the story.
Albert, to sum it up, it's just being caught up in the wrong place at the wrong time with people who are money laundering, wanting me or whoever they can get to deliver paper to these Mexican restaurants, and you're supposed to get packages.
Pregnant lady, but then wasn't pregnant, filled with money. Belly filled with money. She was to go to Mexican restaurants and give them vouchers? What was she saying? Oh my Lord, have mercy, her lies are too big. They're too big to even take on. I think that's her problem. Her lies are so long. She doesn't just like stick with a quick story. And one story. I don't know why she hasn't just stuck with one story. I mean, if you're going to go I don't know, if you're going to go the crazy angle, stick with one story. I don't know. That's just me. So now a drug mule, yep. Or she robbed a bank. She was letting Al take the story. She was trying to let Al kind of take that one, I feel like. Because she didn't know really what to tell him. And then this is the one I was watching earlier. I was going to show you guys this one because I thought it was pretty
We've been bringing you...
Whoops, I can go all the way back. Because I was watching this and I was like, oh wow, I'll actually show this to you guys. Didn't she say she went to law school as well? I think she did, yeah. She's a doctor. She put doctor before her name, Dr. Stauch. Oh my Lord, have mercy. She straightened her bed. It's about, I've never heard that before. That's pretty funny. That's funny. Why can't you deliver my pizza? That's so funny. She looks familiar, Eddie said. Her name's Letecia. Yeah. Well, they did find the switch too, which we never knew that they found that. We all thought it was like gone forever in a day. But if you guys wouldn't mind, if you're just now joining us, we are talking about Gannon Stauch and Letecia Stauch. If you guys don't know what's going on in that court, I'm sorry, with that case right now, they're in trial and she is accused. Well, she's not accused. She did murder her 11-year-old stepson and she is pleading insanity. So she has more stories and chapters than any book I've ever read in my life. Someone asked if that he's friends with Letecia. What? So if you guys wouldn't mind hitting the like button, don't forget to hit the like button. It does send it out to the algorithm. More people will come in and join us for the chat. And we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, so don't forget to smash that subscribe button. We do talk true crime here every day. Different cases all the time. I am going to play you guys this Court TV episode. I think this one came out like a day or so ago. Maybe a day ago. But I was watching it and it was pretty good. It kind of goes over like everything that we just kind of been covering, just the last couple of days of the trial.
We've been bringing you testimony in the stepmother murder trial in Colorado over the past couple weeks. Letecia Stauch is accused of killing her 11-year-old stepson, Gannon. Stauch's defense in this is that, yeah, I did it. She did it. She committed this horrible, horrible crime, but they say she did it while she was temporarily insane, saying she had an episode. Let's go back into court. Earlier, we were listening to conversations between her husband, Al, and her on the telephone. Well, now the jury is watching an interview conducted by former FBI agent Jonathan Grusing with Letecia Stauch. This is still while Gannon is missing.
And if you need food, water, whatever else, this is not, we're not going to have people with guns standing outside trying to intimidate you. I want this to be your statements and our conversation.
I don't know if you guys know this, but does anyone know this FBI gentleman, if he's from another case? Because he looks so dang familiar to me. And I can't shake it. I feel like it's from another case, like another high-profile case. And if Teresa watches this on replay and she knows the answer to that, let me know, because I feel like she may know that. But I feel like he might have been like on another like high-profile case or something. But he looks so familiar, or maybe he just has one of those faces. Oh, you sent me an email. Okay, thank you, Marina girl. I'll look at it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me go ahead and play this for you. Sorry, I was reading the chat. Got a little distracted there.
Conversation. So, I was thinking of a lot of things to say to you today because I've been helping, I've been involved. I've unfortunately worked a lot of missing kids cases. That's why they called me to do this.
Okay.
A lot of time with Mark, who was the dad. Dylan, who actually was in Colorado Springs with mom, went to go see dad. This was in November of 2012. And then he disappeared. It's a lot like what happened here. What I think happened with Mark is friends, and Mark wouldn't let him go. And I think Mark got upset. I think Dylan did some things that irritated Mark. I think there was just a punch in the face sort of thing. And things went downhill from there.
Well,
And I'm not saying
I
that's
just
what
want
happened
to
to
say to
you.
you, I can help you because what you're charging me with is not, or whoever, is not the case. Gannon is alive, okay, and I can help you.
Okay, great.
But see, here's the problem. When I reached out to people about getting help, I said, hey, I need someone who's going to help me to help you guys. I couldn't get that from anyone at all.
We're happy to help you.
Okay, so I understand you might say you have like whatever evidence that you might say you have, but that's not a case. It did not hurt my child, okay? Need more assistance besides FBI. You're probably going to need some DEA, probably need a lot of help.
I'm happy to get whatever help.
Okay.
How do you know?
But I can't help you unless people are willing to help me. And I did offer every opportunity to sit down and talk with not only my husband, but with Landon to try to come up with the best plan to do it. I really did. And I've been begging every single day, please, please, please don't say this. Okay? I know you're expert in your field, okay? I know you may say you have whatever evidence you have, but it's just not true, okay? Not.
It's not true that Gannon's dead.
I'm not going to sit here and say 100%. I can tell you that there's really things that have occurred that I can help you guys with to know that. And it leads back to some things just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's the truth.
Okay.
That is the very truth. And every day that went by, I had to do nothing but not only protect myself, but protect my family in this, protect other people in this. And that's just what it's in.
I think our biggest problem is what happened at the house then.
At the house?
Yes.
Well, there's nothing that would have happened at the house that has anything to do with what I'm talking about at all. That has nothing to do with anything. Because you guys have like clearly put out this information about him not coming home and then this and that and the other. And I get, like I say, you're expert. People with forensics are experts. But it's just not the truth. It's not the truth. And until I know that I got to get help from some people other than someone just having me in a room.
You've got to get help to do that.
I got to get help to give everyone what they need because I'm going to need my mom protected. Okay, I'm going to need my brother and sister protected. And most importantly, I'm going to need Harley protected. And on that same note, I'm also going to need other people in Colorado protected. And see, people say FBI can offer that protection.
You can.
How?
If it involves an
Does it
11-year-old,
mean-
if it involves finding an 11-year-old, then we can.
And it means that we can have new identities.
It does. Yeah. I've had to do that before. We call it an informant, but we can do it for. We can
How
do
do I
it
know
for the
it's
general
true?
public. Who else would you trust?
I don't know, like, sir, I don't know. There's nothing that happened at any house, nothing that happened at any house that would have hurt, harmed, murdered, done anything to anyone. Okay? Wrong place, wrong time.
You were in the wrong place, or Gannon was?
I was.
What about Gannon?
We all were in the wrong place. Even my family was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Even Raina, even Harley. Okay? All of us in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I swear to you on that.
So,
But I got to get
just like
help.
you have trust issues, let me tell you where I am.
Okay.
So when with the FBI, when a child goes missing, if they're underage,
Right.
then we can get involved, and it can be even a kidnapping. So if Gannon is moved from one point to another without his, will, then it's a child kidnapping.
Right.
And so that's what we're working with as. And with me as a federal employee, with me working a federal case. Because right now it's filed with the district attorney,
Right.
but the U.S. attorney could file it as well.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
What do you mean?
The U.S. attorney is the federal
Okay.
prosecutors.
Gotcha.
Right now it's on the state. When you're talking to me, we are recording this for your integrity in mind.
Right.
But if you'd rather not say something, I mean, if I would rather you just say, I don't want to answer it instead of telling me something that's not true.
Okay.
Because there's something called false statements, which is it's U.S. Code 1001, to where if you lie to us during an investigation, that can be a year of prison time.
Right. I got
So
you.
that's why I said on this last one, if you want to not answer a question, I'm not going to push you.
Okay.
Okay. So with these people, taking Gannon or whatever else, if it's not true, just say I'd rather not answer that. Okay, because we're different than your local detectives and whatever else. It's not a felony to lie to them.
Okay.
Okay, so my goal, though, is to find Gannon.
Right.
And if you need protection, if there truly is someone out there, we can provide that.
That's not me.
Happen, though, I will need you to explain what happened from that night,
Which night?
the night that he disappeared.
So I've stopped it at 12 minutes, Judge. Just as a pause. In the beginning portion of that, Mr. Grusing, when you're advising her that she's been charged with murder, it appears that she acts like she's confused. What was your impression of that?
Yeah, so eventually she asked me, so Gannon's been murdered, but yeah, she appeared to be confused as to why she was there and what investigation might have been going on at the time.
She makes a statement, you could have just called me.
Yes.
Was that basically indicating that could have just called her and she would have come in and talked?
Yeah, and that's something I've heard multiple times over my career of why didn't you just call me instead of I have to be arrested for this?
Were you aware that very early on in this investigation, she was resisting calls from Detective Bethel to come in and give an interview?
I was.
She makes a statement that she's been begging every single day for somebody to help her and says stuff like, I can't help if you don't help me. What was your takeaway from that?
Yeah, I think I could couple that with when she said that she would need even more help than the FBI could provide, whether it's DEA, and then she rolled into she needs secret identities for herself and multiple people. I think she was giving me a task that she thought I couldn't meet, and therefore she might not have to talk about difficult things.
Is the FBI equipped to do those things for witnesses that need protection?
We are. It takes a very extraordinary circumstance, but they could if they had to.
Okay, so I guess the question is if that was actually necessary here, could the FBI have provided that?
Yes.
So you were the right person to talk to if that was the eventuality?
I could get the right person for her.
Okay. You're not omnipotent?
No.
I want to jump into the next section. Did you have a chance to talk with her about the calls that we'd gone over, those consensual recorded calls?
Yes.
I'm going to jump to 12 minutes and 30 seconds, Judge. I can find my mouse on the screen. There it is. It's actually 12 minutes and 33 seconds. I can't get that 3 to cooperate with me.
You mean like talking to him? Oh, okay. So let me just explain that to you. And you might think that's like super, like
I'm not going to judge you here. Letecia.
Whatever. To him was the reason I already knew someone was listening, but because of him not ever like being like supportive, and I tried originally to talk to him when he first got there. That was the only reason I said those things to him, was just because I was out of anger and out of like hurt and not being able to have like support. It was nothing to do with like I'm sitting here going to tell you these things. That was just anger, stupidity.
Council approach, please.
Pause that 13 minutes and 11 seconds.
Okay, they paused that, and a sidebar was called for. Let's bring in criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Marie Pereira for a question. What's your initial take on this interview with Letecia, who's basically talking but not saying anything to this FBI agent? And keep in mind, this is when Gannon's still missing. They don't have his body yet. They don't know exactly what's happened to this 11-year-old.
I think this interview is very impactful, and it seems very mundane, but what it's showing is that she knew enough to know that she had to lie about his whereabouts. She's even trying to obstruct justice by creating lies about what happened and throwing them off the investigation and going in other directions. She knew enough post-crime to know to try to lie to an FBI agent. And it's hurting her because at the end of the day, if her defense is going to be that I was suffering from an acute psychotic episode, I had no idea of right from wrong, and I couldn't even formulate intent necessary for murder because I was insane. She's hurting herself because that interview is showing that, you know what, you weren't insane. Because if you didn't know what you did was wrong, why would you try to throw us off the investigation and come up with all of these lies? If you were so delusional and you had a false belief and you were experiencing hallucinations, it sure wasn't happening in that room because you were trying to lie to us about what happened because you knew what you were doing, which negates her insanity defense.
Yeah.
I have a question. Has anyone counted her lies up? Has anyone counted all of them? I wish I would have started doing that at the beginning of the trial now. I wish I would be taking a tally. We have to be damn near 15, 20 lies right now. We're only 2 weeks into the trial. 3 weeks in, maybe. 2 weeks in. This isn't going good, y'all. I'm going to start taking a tally now.
If indeed what she is alleging is true, then she would have woken up with covered in blood and called 911 and said, I have no idea what just happened. But
exactly,
it's the opposite. She's gone to great lengths to hide the ball and not allow these desperate people, and even the FBI agent alluded to it. When we have a missing kid, this is it. We are going to do everything we can to find, and she won't come clean. Let's get a break in here. We'll get you back into the courtroom for more of this interview with the FBI. Letecia Stauch spinning lies or just kind of avoiding questions. We'll see where it goes from here.
Tonight on Closing Arguments, another week of testimony in the case against Lori Vallow Daybell has come to a close.
Welcome back. We have been watching the stepmother murder trial out of the state of Colorado. The defendant here, 39-year-old Letecia Stauch, faces a top count of first-degree murder in connection to the death of her stepson, Gannon. Prosecutors allege that Stauch fatally stabbed and shot the 11-year-old, placing his body in a suitcase and then driving cross-country to dispose of his remains in the state of Florida. Her defense is that she did it, yes, but she did it during a temporary insanity event. Let's go back to the court. On the stand is Jonathan Grusing. He is an FBI special agent, former out of the Denver office, and we've been watching an interview.
Sorry to keep pausing it, but I have a question. How long does temporary insanity last? Because, I mean, obviously she's supposed, I mean, this is something that she did over days. This wasn't a one and done. She took his body 1,400 miles away. She packed him up like luggage. So when does it stop being insanity and you're just starting to plan shit out? I'm just wondering, huh? I'm gonna look that up, or I'll get back to you and let you know. It's temporary. Yeah, exactly. I wonder how long it lasts though. Like if it's supposed to be just like if it's supposed to be days, hours, I don't know. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, temporary until she gets to the the mental hospital and she figures out, oh my gosh, all these people are actually crazy in here and I'm not this crazy. then she's going to get a really good taste of her own medicine, because she's going to be in there with some really, really fine people. Not only that want to probably hurt her, but that are crazy enough to do it because they have mental conditions. Oh, you did, Avery? You did a video doing the candles? She said, I did it. The candle is a lie. I did a video knocking over 6 candles at different heats, wick, lengths, sizes, etc. No fire. Wax burnt carpet, though. Oh, that's a good idea to do an experiment. I love experiments. Insanity, the final lie. Yep. The finale. This is her finale. She's sleeping through it, though. She sure is sleeping a lot. And her lawyers are sleeping, too. The one was filing paperwork. I'm like, man, I filed paperwork during the Alec Murdaugh trial, and I wasn't even his lawyer.
That he did with the defendant. This is still while little Gannon was missing.
Picking back up from where we left off, it's at 13 minutes and 11 seconds and playing again from there.
And I already knew, like, if you heard it, you heard me say a lot of times, I know people are listening because I know at the same time that someone called, every time I could hear people.
Right.
I knew that. So me saying those things to him was just being, what is the word you want to call it? Selfish or facetious, or whatever you want to call it. Just because I was hurt by him not wanting to work together to figure this out. Because I did have, like, originally initial different thoughts on certain things, and that was me trying to like basically read him and try to figure the situation out. So I understand that you may have heard those or whatever you may have heard, and that's okay because that totally was not. That was not me trying to be. That was just being to him.
So I have a question.
So, and it's paused right now at 13 minutes and 59 seconds. Mr. Grusing, what were your impressions of her saying that she's giving all this misleading information in those phone calls because she's just angry?
Yeah, I don't think there's much more to comment besides that. Instead of being focused like Al was and the rest of us of trying to find what happened to an 11-year-old boy, she was again focusing on her feelings.
Does it also, though, show potentially that it's very calculated, that she's doing things in response to what's happening in the investigation?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And then we'll just play from here until 15 minutes and 42 seconds. In this particular section, do you remember asking her about mental health and sound mind and those types of things?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll play starting here and go to 15 minutes and 42 seconds.
In regards to that, were you of sound mind? I mean, did you have, are you undergoing any treatment for anxiety or any depression or anything like that right now?
I mean, like, you mean, like, I've had anxiety since I was like 16, 17, but like, as far as like undergoing like any kind of special treatment, you know, like sometimes I might have to take like a little rest.
Right.
But I didn't see like counselors or like, anything for any kind of like, depression. And then plus two, like right now, with I already got medical records. I'm 8 weeks pregnant, so I can't see any kind of like. I mean, I wish I could because then it would help a lot with anxiety, but I can't.
Okay.
But
so you were of sound mind when you were talking to Al. You were upset with him and upset with the situation of him not being by your side through this whole thing.
Right. But then at the same time, like I have to sit back and think, you know, in a person's brain, you hear 100 different things. You do get do whatever. I just wanted him to know, because he knows, like I've been taking care of our kids like for so long while he was gone. I'm not here to bash either one of them. They had a lot of different separate situations going on that I've always taken care of the kids. And so there's been times I've protected them from so many people, you know.
So it's now paused again at 15 minutes and 42 seconds. Why are you asking these types of questions about sound mind and mental health based questions?
Well, I spoke with the district attorney's office before the interview, and they suggested that I ask them. I don't always ask these of people that I'm interviewing, but because of the varying stories and because of the district attorney's office and investigators looking forward to trial, we wanted to make sure that she knew what she was doing while she was talking to Al during our investigation, and then while I was even talking to her at the present.
When these types of investigations are ongoing, is the investigation goal to try to build a case that will plead out, or do you have to assume that it will go to trial?
We assume that it'll go to trial.
You asked her, was she sound mind during this time? Do you remember what her response was in that?
She said that, well, I can't remember right after that, but she referenced the reason why she was doing what she was doing to Al was to make him come back to her in the relationship, basically.
In that particular call, or I'm sorry, in that particular portion of the interview, it's at 15 minutes exactly when you ask about, were you sound mind? And she says, right.
Yes.
And then she goes into that description of taking care of the kids. Does this start to build in your mind when we talk about that pattern of behavior and then that pathway to violence that you talked about? I haven't gotten to the question yet.
I was going to say, let's get all the way to the end of the question first, and then we'll see whether it's leading or not.
Does that information that she's giving you there build into that grievance portion of that pathway to violence?
Yes.
In what way?
She was articulating that in her mind, she felt like she was a good mother and she was a good caretaker for Gannon, and that she had over the phone calls expressed multiple grievances. And we actually addressed that later on in the interview when we go through her phone searches. We go into more of the grievance portion later, but just that she brought up her being the caretaker initially is something that we addressed later on in the interview.
Yeah. Do you remember asking her about what kind of dad Al is to Gannon?
I don't at this point.
Well, let's jump to that portion of the interview starting at 15 minutes and 53 seconds. I'm actually going to jump to 15 minutes and 49 seconds, and we'll play it to 17 minutes and 10 seconds.
I've had to step in and protect them a lot, so many times.
What kind of dad would you say Al was to Gannon or is to Gannon?
Oh, he's a good dad. As far as being there for him and how can I say it? If he says, hey, I want to go do something, Albert works a lot, so he's tired and his hours are kind of, up in the air here and there. But for the most part, he is always trying to make sure he put, the kids, military first, and always will be, and that's the mindset. And then. Did
you go into the marriage knowing that?
Kids.
The military was first?
Well, I grew up knowing that my stepdad was here. Actually, that's why I was looking at that guy's name. But my stepdad was here. I lived on. So, I maybe didn't understand it from parent perspective.
All right, let's get a break in here. We'll get you back into the courtroom for more of Letecia Stauch after this.
It's a mystery that's...
This afternoon, we are in the Mountain West for the stepmother murder trial. 39-year-old Letecia Stauch is accused of killing her 11-year-old stepson, Gannon, back in the year 2020. The defendant faces over 10 charges, including 1 count of first-degree murder in connection to Gannon's death. Let's go back into the courtroom where Johnny Grusing, an FBI special agent out of the Denver office, is going back and forth, trying to get information out of the defendant. This is before her arrest. This is before they had even found little 11-year-old Gannon.
Her and Mr. Stauch had been together?
Yes.
Does she indicate any trouble on remembering these details?
No.
Did she also even give you recounting silly arguments that they would have, that kind of thing?
Yes, she did.
Did that indicate to you that she appeared to be able to recall things fairly easily?
Yes.
Do you remember talking with her about where she starts talking about people are being upset, and she uses the words hard part. This is the hard part.
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and watch that section. And this is from 2345 to 2551. I'm actually going to start at 2335, and then we'll go to 2551.
From a distance going through that, because I still deal with dads 14 years later who are looking for their daughters at bus stops and malls and whatever. So,
And see, that's the hard part is like, people are like, you know, being upset. And I'm like, I haven't had the opportunity to like even just sit down and be like, okay, well, this is, I've given my life to take care of these children. I have. They shouldn't. They don't. You know,
Right.
I've done that. It's so hard because inside that, I don't get to express that emotion to have it, you know, to say to anyone, anything like that. And that's the most difficult part. Because I've had to just be like, how can I make the situation back, you know, like, let's be honest.
I'm John. By the way.
John.
Yeah.
I mean, like Albert was talking about, and again, whether you make mistakes or not. I mean, literally, woke up on Christmas. I always make it about the kids on Christmas because they don't get to spend Christmas with them. So, like, if they went home for holidays, you know, they might leave, you know, go get out. We might not see them until, you know, January. So, I always spent my time trying to make sure every time, I didn't believe in certain holidays, I did Halloween, but to make sure every holiday was, like, revolved around the situation. So, if you look at the situation, I went, you know, we have every house and cars and we have whatever. So I worked my entire life in education. So to me, it's like everything I worked so hard for, everything I worked, you know, whether it's in the military or, you know, service and things like that, no matter how much we had did on that, it took us everything to get to
Right.
and that was where we were at in our safe spot. So for a person who can, you know, take care of everyone and do everything for everyone, and then just cannot do it for a split second, that's the hardest part. You know, knowing that this is an image getting fed on me, all these horrible things, all these things that are just not true.
Well, that's what we'd like to get to today.
And that's,
And so, Mr. Grusing, where she's talking about, I've given my life to take care of these kids, is this building more on that grievance portion that we talked about earlier?
Yes, I was asking her about, well, I was talking to her about when kids go missing, how hard it is on parents, families, society, et cetera. And then she, you know, talked about herself again, and then what she tried to do to be a mom. And yeah, I would see that as, and then she went from there to holidays, you know, so she wasn't going where I would like her to go to see the gravity of us looking for an 11-year-old child.
Is that another indication of trying to distract away from the main focus of what this investigation was about?
Yes.
Judge, this might be a good time. The next section is about 13 minutes long.
Look at her with her head down. Oh my Lord. All she does in every aspect is talk about herself. And I bet you in her mind, in her small mind, she thinks that's correct. She thinks that she thinks she's actually, in reality, she's helping, like she's really talking about that person, but she just redirects everything back to herself. But what can you do for me? No, but what can you do for me is how she is. You know, like one of those. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Elisa. Al offered Letecia and her child a pretty nice life, a better life than she was living before him. Yep. Absolutely. Good night, Marina girl. Self-centered psychopath, sociopath, yeah. Was a psychopath the same thing? Yeah. I mean, the same thing, but you know. Same track. Summer, you ain't leaving forever. Listen to me over here. Eddie said bye-bye. Yeah, well, well, Arlene, he did. He was going to give up on her. I mean, remember the opening statement? He said, he walked towards the door like he was going to leave. And then he turned around dramatically. And he was like, I can't quit. Can't quit on her. Everybody's quit on Letecia. Well, hell yeah. How many lies has she spread? I can't keep up. There's so many. She's got a lot. And I love that Avery did a candle, like a candle experiment. That's really awesome. I'll have to check that out. I didn't see that video. I'll have to check that video out. So check out that video. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty awesome. I love doing experiments so much. I want to do one for like the Idaho 4 case. I just need to do it. I need to measure a lot. So that's why I'm like, I'm not good at measuring. So actually, I'm pretty decent at it because I had to measure my own store for COVID. During COVID, when you had to stand 6 feet apart. So you had to like, you had to know this, like, how many like square feet your store was. So I had to learn how to do that really quick because they didn't tell us how big our stores were. So if I was I'm listening to that, I would bust out crying on the stand. It's so bad. I know those two have a love-hate relationship. Oh, this is from Court TV. Court TV did. And you know what? I don't think this link is, no, this link should be in the description too. It should be in one of the descriptions because I found it right before I came on, so I think I added it in. I'll go ahead and start playing it again too, if I can find out where it went. But yeah, so that guy was in the Morphew case. This FBI agent. That's probably if you guys are saying that, that's probably the one I know him from. This FBI agent here, he looks just so familiar. So a lot of you guys said it was the Morphew case, and I know that case. I'm familiar with it, so I bet you that is it. And if Teresa was in the chat, she would have definitely known that case because she doesn't love, but she knows a lot about that case. I don't know if she knew the family personally or not, but she knows a lot about the case. My 12-year-old son was like, you want me to knock over candles? Oh, even perfect age. You let him even do it. That's awesome. See, and you didn't get upset about a spilt candle, which I don't think that's what it was at all. And I've never had a fire. I've never seen a fire over a spilt candle. Ever. Like, because the wax would burn, you would think the wax would burn out the flame when it would knock over anyway. Even if it felt like, I don't know. I just don't even see that being a thing. But, you know, she tried it. I think that she, personally, she probably threw that candle at him. Or something else happened in that area that she was trying to cover up with that candle. But he had burns on him, so at the same time, you know what I mean? I don't know. There's Mike. He does look like Randy Travis. Ashley, he does. He does look like him. Yeah, wax puts the flame out every time. The flames all went upward, yeah. Huh. Yeah, I'm trying to picture that in my mind, so I'm like, you know. Amanda said, my 12-year-old daughter recently knocked her candle over, terrified her, but no damage and some wax all over the place. Oh, she didn't hesitate to come tell me, and we were able to clean it up mostly. Oh, see, Amanda, that's because you have a daughter that trusts her mom. And like, that's me. I would have told my mom immediately. Maybe not my father, but he would have never gotten mad. He would have just had that like dad look, like, oh my God. But my mom would have been more like, okay, we can fix this, you know, like she was the fix it lady. Like, okay, let's get some hairspray. What do we have? Because I did that one time with fingernail polish. Whoops. Sorry about that. It was bad. I think we got it out though. We got it out with like I think it was hairspray or something crazy. We were looking up stuff.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will take a morning break if I can have everyone back.
All right, let's bring in Marie Pereira. She is a criminal defense attorney. She's also a former prosecutor. She's a registered nurse. She's pretty much everything in one package, and she's in New York. The more she talks, I mean, she's not really saying anything, and it's frustrating. Can you imagine jurors having to endure this? This is 5 hours long. We're not going to play it all, obviously, here, but they're watching it today. This is a 5-hour movie with no end in sight. How does this affect a jury?
The jury seeing her for who she is. She thinks that she can deceive the seasoned FBI agent with lies. But what she's actually doing is helping him to a motive, helping assess her character and how narcissistic she is. And even though the state doesn't have a motive, it really helps to connect dots. Why would a person and do something heinous to a 10-year-old boy? Why? Because she felt that he was a problem. She resented him. She thought that he was really hurting their marriage, and overall, she didn't want that child around. That's what I'm gaining from this conversation. It seems mundane, but it's digging a deeper hole for her because it's creating a motive, which jurors kind of like to hear, even though the prosecution is not compelled to provide a motive.
And the prosecutor a couple times has stopped the recording to remind the jury of the timing of this and have the agent articulate that everyone, Al Stauch, the entire community is on pins and needles looking for information about Gannon, and she's talking about herself.
Because it's all about her. She would have been better off with this defense of acute psychosis if immediately after the heinous crime, she called the police and said, I did this, and exhibited abnormal behavior, delusions, hallucinations, disorganized thinking, paranoid thoughts. All of that she could have done right after the crime, and she wouldn't even be here because it would support the defense of insanity, that at that time she couldn't have the intent. She didn't know what she was doing was wrong. But all this post-crime lying is problematic for her, and the defense has a high bar to climb to try to prove this insanity defense because of what's happening right now in this interview.
The FBI was also involved in the phone conversations that her husband Al had during this period of time. We now know she had already deposited Gannon's body in that suitcase in Florida. Now she was eventually in Myrtle Beach, but they're on the phone, and there's a conversation where the FBI is with Al Stauch trying to get information out of Letecia, and at one point she declares, after going around and around and around, that he's not in Colorado, and Al jumps on that. Let's take a listen.
Listen, just give me something. Just give me a guess.
Gannon is not Colorado.
Your guess is that he's not in Colorado.
Correct.
Okay. Why? What makes you guess that?
Tisha didn't hurt him.
Okay.
Didn't dispose of him.
Okay.
Anything like that, okay? So Tisha was in Colorado with nothing, and you guys have ran up all these places where y'all think I've been or whatever, and you haven't found Gannon.
So if you had a guess, where would he be at? Like if you said you guessed he's not in Colorado, I don't disagree with that because they've looked and searched for 3 weeks and not found a damn thing other than some random pictures of some okay? They haven't found Gannon. So if you had to guess where he's at, where do you think he's at?
Probably somewhere, I mean, scary as it sounds, probably not even in the United States.
Marie there, at one point she tips her, she says, Tisha, she's talking in the third person. Tisha didn't do it, Tisha did, and then she says, Tisha didn't dispose of him. Boom, and the FBI was right there listening to that. What do you make of that?
I think this recording is going to hurt defense again because it's reprehensible that someone would do something like that and be speaking to the father of the child you murdered, shot and stabbed, defensive wounds and everything. You packed him up, put him in a suitcase, and all there was a little body with socks on when he was discovered. How despicable is that? And for her to be talking about it like I didn't do it and talking about it so nonchalant, almost like this is a game. Someone died here.
Yeah, a little boy died. It's horrendous, and this case is so hard when you think of what that little boy went through. 18 stab wounds, defensive wounds.
Tony, I was literally sitting here a minute ago thinking the same exact thing. I literally was. I was thinking, Tanya, in every lie that you like that people tell or you tell or whatever, they say that there is a bit of truth in those lies. So I'm just wondering what the bit of truth is in all of these different lies now. So they were like going like a wheel in my head, like this lie, this lie, this lie. And I'm like, how could that be? What could that be for? But I agree with you. I feel like there is always some truth in a lie, especially in this case, be based on the fact that Letecia's lies are so damn long that it could be anywhere in there. So I do agree with that. So do you guys think that the blunt object that because he had injuries to like the top of his head, they said that he had like 4 blunt I think it was like 4 blunt injuries, blunt force injuries. So do you think that could have been the candle? Because I mean, you could hit somebody with a handle and it wouldn't break necessarily. Those things are like, if you especially the bottom of them, because they're so much thicker. But I don't know. Oh, okay, yeah. Is it on your page? Avery, I'll play it. Let me know what the video's number, or what the video's under. What the video's under. And I'm on your page right now and I can look it up. I'll go ahead and play this and then let me know and then we'll play that. Because I think this is over actually.
Went along with that. It is horrific, his final moments at the hands of his stepmother.
Perfect timing. I was like, huh, perfect timing. Yes, for the instance, yeah, see, that's what I was getting confused about because I thought Letecia faked being pregnant at one point too. There's just so many lies. I wish I would have known about this case since day one. I came in, this year, knowing trying to backpedal and get all the information. And then, I saw people were covering it on YouTube. And if it wasn't for YouTube, a lot of these cases wouldn't be covered. Because they're not covered a lot other than Court TV will cover some stuff. But mainstream news, none of it. Oh, did she? I didn't even hear that part and I watched this 3 times. Avery, oh my gosh. I probably did, and that's probably where I heard it. I just feel like her lies have been twisted in my brain. They're just twisted in my head right now. Yeah, some candles are pretty big. Oh, my candle is small. But my candles for my store are big. I just don't have one in here, but I have a couple small candles. I mean, even a small candle hitting somebody, yeah. And they say that, this is from schooling and stuff too, that the first time you hit somebody, it doesn't produce blowback is what they call blood. So first hit's a free hit, they consider. That's what they call it, a free hit. And then the second hit's when you'll start getting cast off and, blood and stuff like that. But I think that I think it was bigger than this. I think it was a Bath and Body Works candle or something along those lines. Or a Yankee candle. That's what when I think of the candle, that's what I think of. And then let me know which video and I'll play the video. Does it say like candle on it or something? Or candle video? Let's see. Because I thought I was subscribed to your channel and I wasn't. And I was like, what the heck? So I'm over here subscribing. I'm like, what the heck? I thought I was subscribed over there. Because I watch your stuff. I don't know how that happened. It was probably, did you do it recently? Can you get what at Walmart? Like a Bath and, yeah, the picture I saw too looks like a Bath and Body Works. She played softball, yeah. Could be a baseball bat. Could be. Yeah. Oh my God. Just think that she played softball. Friday night? Okay. So Friday would have been the 21st. Maybe it's on your homepage. Why do I not see it? It's under Avery Shannon right here. Okay, I'm gonna share your thing here, and let me put your let me copy this. I'm gonna put her link to her channel in the chat so you guys can go over there and join it. And so tell me which one it is. Is it on under your videos? I'm so bad about this sometimes. So you put the Bath and Body Works candle in your video? Yeah, I think that's what it is. Hey, Princess Mega Elsa. She is built by like a linebacker now. She was smaller. And then jail food definitely did well for her. Oh, you did it live. Okay, that's why. Oh, that's even better. That's even better. You did it live. I love that. I didn't know if it was like, I figured it was just a pre-recorded. So it'll be this one here. Okay. I'm going to play this video here. We were talking earlier in the chat. This is Avery's video. So her link is in the chat. So make sure you go over and subscribe to her channel. She does true crime as well. And she works all the different cases, same cases that we kind of cover over here, even more, even different ones. Also, she recreated, the candle incident where Letecia said Gannon, dropped the candle on the carpet. And we're going to see her results. Looks like you kind of see them. Oh my gosh.
We'll just wait to see if anybody hops on here. That one in the back has a very big, tall flame. Huh? Okay, wait. I'm just gonna wait just a second. Okay, just so you guys know, these dogs, hush! Just so you guys know, I told my subscribers that we would recreate again the possible candle spill that Letecia Stauch says that Gannon did. Ah! You guys, I'm about to sit on my butt out here. So what we did is, okay, some of them have, not yet, Jaden. Some of them have a shorter flame. Some of them have a higher flame. Some of them are about halfway burnt down. We do have water right here, just in case. And so, because we want to see if Letecia Stauch's story could possibly be true about knocking over the candle, I promised my people and Sleuth Mom's people that we would do this.
Shush!
You guys are going to hear my dogs in the background. I'm so sorry. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's not, should we do that one first? That one's got the tallest flame.
Yeah. All right, 3, 2.
Okay. Okay. Now you gotta act like you're just like a bad kid that just Just knocked over a candle.
Oh, okay.
There we go. There we go. One more. All right, you guys, that is 6 candles.
Uh-oh, this one went out again.
Nope, that's fine.
Ah.
It's still lit.
I thought it was...
They're all still lit.
Oh. Uh-oh, the glass is burning.
That's okay. It's just the set. What we're trying to see is if the fire touches. So it looks like, you guys, when the candle knocks over, I know it's hard to see, but it looks like what's happening is when the candle knocks over, the flame goes upward. Now the wax is going out onto the carpet, and it's looking exactly how it does in the picture that Letecia posted. It turned the carpet dark. But guess what?
No fire.
They're on a carpet, Lori. And there's no wind out here. Fireworks. You guys hear fireworks? It's a football game. So I don't see, I'm not seeing how it could catch fire. In fact, some of them are just starting to go out.
So we're gonna do like myth busting now?
She says, I see a perfectly good Bath and Body Works candle. That one is Bath and Body Works. All the other ones are the candles I've made. It smells so good out here. So yeah, I don't see how it would catch carpet on fire. They did fireworks probably because they won. They probably just won the game. So let's see. See?
Oh my god.
So all it did was create like a big hole.
Barrier.
And no
Uh-oh, that one went out.
no fire.
Ah, that was hot.
Don't pick them up. So all they're doing is just sitting out, basically. So I would have to say, Letecia Stauch, your story is debunked.
You're gonna go to jail.
Well, she's in jail.
Oh.
So I don't see how Gannon would have burns all over his arms from a fire on a carpet. And you have to, like, I kind of time these out. So I did some that are half candles, some that are tall, some I started, I burned them at different times. So we'd have different height flames, some with big flames, some with little flames. So I basically did a test of all of them. And no fire. So.
We're gonna go to a bigger jail.
But it sure does smell good outside. These candles smell so good. We did have water right here. And I do have a water hose too.
Water.
Okay, no.
No water?
No. Yep, I believe we have debunked the story. That's what I'm thinking, Lori. That's exactly what I'm thinking, Lori. Poured hot wax on his little arms. That is exactly what I'm thinking. Because there's no way flame. There's just no way, because when the candle tips over, every single one of them, the flame goes up. It goes upward inside of the jar. No matter how high or low the candle wax is. So, this was one of my nicer carpets too. Rest in peace, carpet. But I wanted to do this to see what would happen. All right, guys, that's my experiment. That is my... How hot are the glass jars? They're pretty dang hot. Yeah, they're hot. But supposedly the burns were on the tops of his forearms, like up here, the tops of his forearms. So even if he reached down and touched them, he would have burned his fingertips, not the tops of his arm, or you know what I mean, the tops of his forearms. So I would say debunked. Yep. And now that I'm sitting here smelling my candles that I make, even like outside, you guys are really going to have to order these candles because, oh my goodness, do they smell good. I mean, I wish you guys could smell through the camera because they smell really, 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 really good. And my neighbors probably all think I'm having a seance out here. One of them's trying to very conspicuously look at me over here through the woods. Should I start talking in tongue? Because they're trying to like spy over here. They're right over here on the side. They probably think I'm doing some witchcraft shit. Oh, they got the flashlight. They probably think I'm putting spells on people. Oh my god. Okay, well, anyhow. I'm gonna clean up my mess. As you guys can see though, still no fire, and we've been waiting quite a while. So some of them went out. This one went out. That one went out. That one's about to go out, and that one's almost out. Hope you guys enjoyed my experiment. And I'm sure my neighbors all think that I am... That was glass that just broke. Wow. Okay, now look at that. That's something to think about. And that's, you know what? I'm glad I stayed on here because the bottom of the jar... Oh, it's because the flame is down there on the bottom of the jar. And that's an actual candle jar from the flaming candle. Now that's a flame. That could catch the carpet on fire. Isn't that interesting? Oh, nope, it's going out. Nope, so see, even if the candle bursted, it went out. Wow. No, DB, it went out, see? Even after busting the bottom of the glass, it still went out. It went out in the wax. So I just don't believe that the candle caught the carpet on fire. Hope you guys enjoyed my experiment. I'm gonna write love letters to all my neighbors explaining that I was doing an experiment and I'm not a witch over here performing spells. God, I hope that's not the popo pulling up. Oh my God. They're pulling. Are they pulling in? Oh, no, they went to the... Wait. Oh, no, that's a red car. Okay, I'm going inside, you guys. I'm going inside. All the candles are out. They are all out. Went out on their own. Well, Stifler's mom... So 3 of them, I did not cut the wick. I left it long. So what I did is each candle I did differently. So the Bath and Body Works candle was about halfway burnt down with 3 wicks. That one in the very back had a very long wick and it had a huge flame. This one, this one had a shorter flame. That one I had burning for about 30 minutes. That one I had burning for about an hour, well, about 45 minutes. And then these two I had just lit for maybe 5-10 minutes. So I kind of like experimented with all different sizes, shapes, and times and everything just to see. We should submit this to the courts, to the prosecution. Okay, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday night. I'll see you all later. Bye.
Thank you, Avery. That was I didn't see that on her channel. Wow. Man, that was a good video. I'm glad because I like to see experiments. I really, really do. And that helped me like visualize it because in my head, I truly thought that the candle, I thought that it would burn out faster. I didn't realize it would take a little bit longer for it to burn out. I thought it would kind of like spill over and then burn out. I do have the picture of the carpet. Let's see. This one's a little closer up, so I'll put this one up too. So is this is all wax here. So the only thing that was burnt, right, was him. There was nothing else burnt in the house. That's so crazy. Witches. So something different definitely happened with the candle incident. Yeah, definitely. And that definitely looks like, you know, Bath and Body Works candle. Maybe like a Yankee candle or something, but it looks like Bath and Body Works. So I'm going to sell some stuff on eBay myself, Princess Mega Elsa. Like, not stuff for my boutique. I have a bunch of clothes that I need to get rid of. I need to have a yard sale, but I don't have, like, a yard for the sale. I have so much stuff. It's ungodly, and I need to get rid of all of it. So this is all wax here. Okay, that's what I thought. I wonder what was under... I'm wondering if there was something underneath the wax, and that's what she was covering up, trying to cover up. Like, blood or... I don't know. My friend used to burn sage. She also makes edibles, like food edibles, and they're so good that you don't realize that you're eating an edible. And if she doesn't tell you, you're like, what was that? She had these like crackers, they taste like Toll House. Like literally, they didn't taste like anything I've ever tasted. Oh my gosh, it was so good. My boutique is online. I could put my website in here too. Nope, I don't have anything on today. I wore something last night from my boutique. And when did I think like a couple days ago too. I've been trying to wear more stuff from there. Actually, I did wear something today. I wore a bodysuit today when I went to the store because I was wearing these like little black dress pants. There's my boutique. If you use the code, look, Summer was even faster than me. If you use the code YouTube20, you can get 20% off of your total. I love my little store. And all of the sizing is pretty standard sizing. If you need any help with any sizing, just email me or message me on there. I can definitely help you. I've worked with girls with every size, which is good. I've worked in the last boutiques that I worked at, I worked a size extra small to a size 4X, some 5Xs. So, and I was a manager in both. So I was very well versed. And boutique clothing just fits, I don't know, it fits just better than, I don't know, if you were to go to like the mall or something. I'm a girl that I'm not a mall person. Well, I guess I am. I kind of am. I lied. I got 5 shirts today, but they came from Hollister and they're all just basic t-shirts. Because you know me, and I'm basic. I wear I'm like basic t-shirts all the time. You guys will never see me in anything too bright or colorful. I'm going to do it one day for you guys. because I noticed that if you go back to through my videos, I have a color scheme it's bad. I don't have Judy blues. I want to get some because I know like when I worked at Curve in Cloth, that was the store I worked at. The girls really wanted me to get Judy blues, but my first couple buys, I decided to do cans because I was just more comfortable with cans because that's what I wore at the time. So now that I have like a couple cans, I definitely want to branch out and do Judy blues because I know Judy blues are good. But Judy blues they have a certain, cans do too. You have to have a certain price point, but Judy blues they're always like upping their price point. I'll have to see how much they are. I don't want to like charge people an arm and a leg, but you know what I mean? Like, and I don't, and my prices are pre-COVID. So that's the one good thing about my store. I was in the mall today, since we're kind of done talking about the case. I was in the mall today and 2 stores closed down, which we kind of knew that was going to happen. But nobody was like, I don't know. It just didn't seem like nobody was buying anything. I don't know. It was just crazy. What was I going to? I was going to say something else about the mall. I went into the old store that I used to work at, and I went into their home store, and I have let me see. I have a picture of them. I wanted to get a couple potted little planters to go on this wall out here above our bed because it's just kind of bare. I'll show you the spot. Like this is the spot. Can't really see it, but there's like just this little, this little spot there. I want to put like a couple, like 3 little planters with like 1 little piece of greenery. So I knew what I wanted in my head, but I wanted some help nonetheless. So I took pictures because I keep the price tags on everything like my mother used to. So these are my old planters, like these little ones. Sorry, it's kind of blurry because it's my phone and it's trying to focus on me. But I bought these planters back in the day when I worked there for $6.99, great price, and $9.99, and I got 4. That's a good price. That's not bad. Those sons of bitches are like $20 now. I'm like, are you kidding me? You can't do that. But you can. But I'm like, but the prices of the clothing, as far as I know, I haven't bought anything like, in the last month or so, you know what I mean? But it's only been a month or so. If something's happened in the last month or so, then I don't know. But people just make sure when you're buying stuff at the stores, make sure you love it. Because man, I'm so tight. I'm so tight with money. As soon as I bought these shirts today, I got 5 shirts for $60, $64, which isn't too bad. And I felt like so guilty after I bought them. I don't know why. I always feel guilty when I buy stuff anymore. But I used to never feel guilty. I used to buy it. Y'all. When I worked, my paycheck was for me. Vincent was like, I'll pay for the bills and you just have your check and just buy whatever you want with it. And I worked for a boutique company and a home store too. So I probably sank that into that company. I'm not exaggerating. At least $10,000, $15,000. I put into that company, back into that company in money that from buying clothes, shopping sprees, bad. It's bad when I'm shopping and Vincent's like, how much did you spend? And I'm like, oh, like 300 when it was really like 600. And then I had to tell him like a little bit later, I'm like, I'm just kidding. But he wasn't mad or nothing because he's like, it's your money. But I'm like, no, but it's still, I feel, but I always wanted to look good at my job. Scorpelina, you're right. You're so right. It just well, and not when you're poor though. Even when you have a little bit of money, kind of, because I know like I've been it's weird. Okay, so when I worked at this boutique company, I thought my brain was told, like, I don't know, it was like I was like brainwashed somehow. I swear I was brainwashed, but I was like brainwashed to think that I had to wear those clothes, dress a certain way, act a certain way, be a certain person. And I don't know why, but I did. And you would have never seen me in anything other than that company's clothes. Nothing, nothing. Down to the underwear, the bra, everything. Other than my shoes, because they didn't sell shoes. All of my jewelry is still from there. Like, it was bad deal. When I quit my job, I remember telling Vincent, I was like a few days later, because it was literally like coming out of the clouds, like coming back from like being in a cult or something. Really, it was like, I'm coming back too, like real world. And I told Vincent that I was like, I'm gonna go to Walmart, buy a shirt. I said, I can go right now and go to Walmart, buy a t-shirt, walk out of the store, wear my t-shirt, and nobody's going to give a damn that I'm in this Walmart t-shirt. Like, who's going to, and that right there, like, made me think more. Do you know what I mean? It made me think like, okay, because it doesn't matter what the brand is, as long as you feel beautiful. And that's why I try to keep my prices lower. And like, I mean, if you see my prices, they're really good. These boutiques have like quadruple or like tripled, quadrupled. There's their actual, their pricing. I want to go into like the old store that I used to work in. I want to go into their clothing store. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow and I'll see what that looks like. Scorpelina, Walmart can do it good sometimes. Walmart clothes can be good. Like, it just depends on which ones you get. Like, they could be good quality. I have 2 pairs of shorts that I had got after my car accident, because my mom didn't have money. So that's what she got me, that's what she, like, after my dad passed away, we didn't have a lot of money. And so that's what she got me. And I still have them to this day. And I wear them throughout the house all the time. And they don't have holes or anything in them. I'm like, they're like, and I've had them for like 10 years. The best tank tops, and Walmart's price points are better, but I'm a Nicky Bicky person to the day I die. But they're like $40 a pop. But I know that Walmart, but my selling point used to be, I know Walmart has them for $1.69, but they're like, they shape to your body. I don't know. I have every color, like 15 of them. I used to like to put them under my clothes when I was like this size, because like it would make me kind of feel like I was more flat out. Tank tops and leggings. I realized today that I have no colors in my closet, like white, black. I got a blue and white striped shirt before. Your wife buys a lot of your clothes from Goodwill. Aw. You can get some good stuff at Goodwill, though. I see people snatching some good stuff at Goodwill all the time. I just can't go in there because of the smell. I used to be able to go in there. I don't know what it is, my nose. It's like something, it makes my nose burn. Oh, good, Avery, I'm glad. It's a cute site. It really is. And like my t-shirts are really good. If you want to know any of the brands, I'll tell you the brands. I don't mind if you need to ask. I'll tell. Like my jeans are all can. My t-shirts are canvas tees, so they're like a real good quality tee. When I do start to do merch on this channel, I don't think I'm gonna do like my name or anything. I think I'm gonna do like cute sayings and put them on like canvas kind of type tees or something. You wear Levi's, Lisa? I'm a can person, but I'm in between sizes, which actually technically I don't have them that big. I was never this big to wear cans. So I'm trying to lose a little weight. I'm only like 135, 140. I'm not a big girl, but just where my jeans fit kind of tight. So that's why I had to go buy new shirts today, because I was like, I'm not squeezing into smaller stuff. I always have larger things, but then I decide to sell them. And then I'll like, does anyone else do that? Like you'll get, like you'll be like heavier and then you get smaller. So you sell all your like smaller things and then you, or like, vice versa. And then you get like, you need them again. You're like, shit, wish I would have kept that. I like canvas tees too, Summer. They don't really shrink. They don't really fade. I have the 3 in my store, and then I have a Facebook shop as well. And I'm gonna put that link in here because I have a bunch of, like I call it consignment. These are items that I wore one time. So that's all of my consignment. It's not strangers that you don't know other than me. I'm a stranger technically, but You know me. But it's my consignment, like, because I worked at this boutique for 2 or 3 years, and I wore a new outfit every single day. That, like, I put my, the items I wore like 1 or 2 times on there, and I'm selling them for discounted price as well. But they're all kind of the same size. So they're all like small, medium. But I'll put the link in here. Because it has a ton of stuff on there. There's like 200 or 300 items on there because of, that stuff. I think I have everything listed on there. I do, yeah. I haven't been on there in a while. I need to do that. You think it was the high blood tree baby? Me too. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking she whacked him with the candle. Maybe. There's another one that's a good brand too. That's like canvas tees. There is a t-shirt brand. The t-shirt brand that I always wear, those Ohio t-shirts. I need to find out where they get their shirts. They need to tell me. I used to know them. I worked for the owner. I used to work there. I need to write them. Where I'm from. I'm going to write them. Okay, so this company is called Where I'm From. It's the t-shirts that I wear all the time, the Ohio ones, like every live I'm wearing one. I'm going to write them. I'm going to ask him, hey, do you want to give me some t-shirts to wear? Or do you want to give me a really good discount? And if he doesn't get back to me, or if he says no, then I'm going to pull all of you guys in to write them and be like, come on, dude, we'll buy a t-shirt from you. Because they are there. I need some new t-shirts from there. But I'm going to paste this in here. I was going to say pasting Avery's channel back in there. So if you want to check out her videos, my face is starting to itch. But I am going to jump off of here. I hear the dogs are out there being crazy. So I wanted to do I'm going to bring a new case in tomorrow. It's kind of like getting solved as we're speaking, but I still want to bring it into our true crime family. You wear a lot of Columbia. I wear a lot of trying to think of the brand. I can't think of the brand from Dick's I wear a lot of. But I do wear a lot of Allbirds. I like that brand a lot. But I will see you guys all tomorrow. Thank you, Avery, again for the video. I'll probably thank you 5 more times before we get off here. That sounds like me. But I love you guys so much. I'll put my boutique. It'll be at the bottom of the banner on the bottom in case anybody wants that. And I do appreciate you guys all being here tonight with me. And I will see you guys all tomorrow. Bye, guys.